Bad B-movies are a guilty pleasure for many. Often replete with hammy acting, technical blunders, and exploitive sex and violence, B-movies offer a subversive alternative to the Hollywood mainstream. Any fan of schlock movies has likely heard of Troma Entertainment. Formed by Lloyd Kaufman and Michael Hertz in 1974, they've spent over 4 decades offending audiences with gratuitous gore, sleaze, and gross-out humor. They launched the careers of many Hollywood stars, such as James Gunn, Oliver Stone, Kevin Costner, and Samuel L. Jackson. In 1984, they achieved their first taste of success with their most popular hit, The Toxic Avenger. The film spawned 3 sequels, a cartoon series, The Toxic Crusaders, and a musical stage play. Now, with the upcoming Toxic Avenger remake from Legendary Pictures, I wonder if this is just another instance of a big studio milking the 80s nostalgia. But let's look at what made the original such a cult classic. Melvin, a hapless, slow-witted janitor at a fitness club, is mercilessly teased by the members, especially Bozo, Slug, Wanda, and Julie, who get their kicks out of running over minorities. A ridiculous turn of events ends with Melvin falling into a vat of toxic waste wearing a tutu and mutating into the Toxic Avenger, a superhuman freak of nature that looks something between Swamp Thing and the Elephant Man on crack. On a mission to fight evil, he gets to work cleaning up Troma's filthy, crime-ridden streets of greedy politicians, thugs, and lowlives. As a character, the Toxic Avenger stands alongside Ash from the Evil Dead series as the poster boy for B-movie camp. Like Bruce Campbell's smug, chainsaw-wielding anti-hero, the Toxic Avenger battles evil in a series of deranged scenarios that mix body horror with crude, oddball humor.
My little Melvin! He must have finally reached puberty.
The Toxic Avenger is above all a superhero parody, where the hero is as grotesque and horrific as the villains he fights. It's also the first film to take place in the demented New Jersey town, Tromaville, a toxic waste dumping ground full of crazy, depraved people. A clear satire of the dark side of American culture, which is here characterized by desensitized violence and mindless consumerism. The reboot, which is coming out in 2022, is written and directed by Macon Blair, with Lloyd Kaufman and Michael Hertz acting as producers. Several big names are attached to the production, such as Peter Dinklage, Kevin Bacon, and Elijah Wood. I guess one of my concerns with the Toxic Avenger remake stems from the paradox of a big studio, like Legendary Pictures, turning an offbeat property into a mainstream brand. Troma was initially founded to produce films outside the studio system, ramping up the exploitation factor through embracing transgressive content suppressed by the mainstream.
We may broadcast death and tragedy, but this newscaster knows in his heart, and I think you'll back me up. I will back you up. Thank you. We would never glorify it.
When a big studio gets involved, creative freedom is often limited, subversive content is cut or watered down, and plot is dictated by corporate checklists to ensure the movie will appeal to mainstream tastes. The original film is clearly out to offend everyone. For instance, the chief of police is made into a Nazi.
All he does is sit around all day babbling about some 7-foot monster.
The politicians and local officials are all depraved. Troma seems hell-bent on showing the irrationality of an overstimulated society built upon an economy of waste and excess. Even the Toxic Avenger can be seen as an embodiment of a society's discarded waste products coming back to haunt it. I wonder if the reboot will cross such lines at the risk of offending good taste. The remake has earned an R rating for strong violence and gore, language throughout, sexual references, and brief graphic nudity, which is a good sign. Perhaps Kaufman and Hertz's involvement in the project is also a sign that the reboot will stay true to Troma's uncompromising style of filmmaking. We'll just have to wait and see. I hope you enjoyed the video today. I'd love to hear your comments below, and please hit that like button and subscribe because, the YouTube algorithm likes that. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.